Before we jump into the assertion, it's undeniably more convincing to figure out what atomic fuel petals are. The enormous Hadron Collider LHC work by CERN is a 17M ring of superconducting magnets in expansion. It's the world's generally conspicuous, also most essential particle smasher. It addresses the zenith of human accomplishment. Truly, it's so strong that it could repeat the exact conditions of the main second on Earth, yet could the framework plan to open the secret of the universe hold the way to something genuinely unambiguous. Established in 1954, CERN is one of the world's most popular examination establishments with 23 part states and endless specialists. It's a spot for joint effort and advancement. The LHC is CERN's head undertaking, however, it is just a single piece of a huge association of gas petals and tests. Consider, of course, not such a huge amount for cars or P yet for subatomic garbage in a preliminary of fitness persistence. Also, space itself, the LHC speeds up protons to practically the speed of light, sending them on an impact course that mirrors the energy of the universe. Just after the huge explosion, the effects make temperatures a lot more sizzling than the center of the sun. A major number of magnets guide the protons on their excursion, while complex cooling structures keep the magnets at temperatures colder than space. The shafts in the LHC are made to crash at 4 areas around the gas petal ring, interfacing with the spots of for molecule identifiers map book CMS Alice. What's more, LHCb each fills a particular reason, researching various parts of molecule material science. Together they go about as enormous cameras taking photos of these impacts. Researchers then filter through the flotsam and jetsam looking for indications of the tricky Higgs, Boson, likewise alluded to as the God molecule, and different inconsistencies that could give signs about the universe's fundamental structure blocks. By zeroing in on the microcosm, we gain experiences into the universe, yet with each arrangement comes another inquiry. Furthermore, with each disclosure another challenge arises. The LHC isn't simply a logical instrument, it's a display of human interest and progress. It addresses our enterprising mission for information and our longing to comprehend the key powers that shape our universe. Yet, as we stretch the boundaries of what we realize, we should likewise consider the more significant and existential inquiries that emerge. What are the dangers of examining the obscure? Could our mission for information incidentally release powers we have zero influence over inside the sacrosanct corridors of CERN, where the limits of human information are continually pushed? A disclosure has emerged that sends a shudder down the spine of even the most favorable to researchers. Brian Cox, a previous researcher at CERN and a voice of skill in the field of molecule material science, has as of late said something that has left the world both enchanted and awkward. Cox's words resonate with chilling clearness. The motivation behind CERN's huge Hadron Collider is to reproduce a smaller than usual huge explosion. Yes, you heard that right, a little rendition of the very occasion that brought forth our universe. The physicist additionally happened to make sense of the implications of this point, featuring the LHC's monstrous potential for making new disclosures. This incorporates its capacity to reveal the mysteries of the Higgs boson and investigate dull matter, a strange substance that makes up a immense part of the universe. Envision holding the force of creation in your hands, the ability to gather the very embodiment of the universe. It's an appealing chance, yet one full with peril. The smaller than normal enormous detonation isn't simply a hypothetical thought, it's an undeniable peculiarity inside the LHC. The temperatures, the tensions, the crude energy, everything reproduces the states of the universe's introduction to the world. It's like remaining at the beginning of recorded history, seeing the introduction of life itself, yet with such power comes obligation, and the inquiry looms. Imagine a scenario in which something turns out badly, truth be told. Something turned out badly back in 1978. Russian physicist Anat Borsky experienced a calamity that would always redirect his life. While chipping away at the U-70 synchrotron at the Organization for High-Energy Material Science in Pino, Russia, a disappointment made his head unintentionally enter the immediate way of a proton shaft. The bar with the power that resists insight went through his skull, entering the rear of his head, also leaving through his nose. Borsky's experience was nerve-wracking. He saw a glimmer more splendid than 1,000 suns, yet had no prompt worries. The shaft's way left a path of obliteration, consuming tissue, also bone. However, he stayed cognizant and, indeed, even strolled to the middle for treatment. The result was both disturbing and noteworthy. The pillar caused limited tissue harm, prompting hearing misfortune in one ear and halfway facial loss of motion. Strikingly, Borsky's mental capacities stayed in salvageable shape, and he proceeded with his logical vocation. This episode serves as a sign of the colossal power and likely risks of molecule gas pedals. The risks of a molecule smasher like the LHC are not to be underrated. The potential for disastrous responses, the very texture of presence being changed. These are not the stuff of sci-fi, however genuine concerns voiced by regarded researchers. One of the most disrupting and enamoring concerns connected with the LHC's analyses is the chance of making a smaller than normal dark opening. Dark openings are locales of space-time where gravity is solid to such an extent that not even light can get away from. They are Goliath vacuum cleaners, devourers of stars and strange elements sneaking in the shadows of our universe. The way that the LHC might actually make such a peculiarity, even on a limited scale, is wonder motivating to both people in general and researchers. The same could this dark opening ultimately outgrow control, gulping the Earth from the inside. Researchers at CERN have consoled the public that any dark opening made would be unsteady and vanish rapidly. In any case, the distant chance has ignited discusses fears and a feeling of wonderment at the energy we employ. It's essential to comprehend how the LHC could make a dark opening. Everything unquestionably revolves around the essential mechanics of molecule gas pedals. When protons are crushed together at nearly the speed of light, the energy created is colossal to the point that it misshapes the texture of space-time itself. Envision a trampoline extended tight, then a weighty object is dropped onto it. The material twists, and on the off chance that the article is adequately weighty, it could make a well so profound that anything close by could be brought into it. This is a relationship for what could occur at the LHC in the domain of quantum physical science, where the laws of the universe are both odd and wondrous. There's theory that additional aspects may be concealed inside our world. If these aspects exist, the LHC's analyses could take advantage of them, making a gravitational well that frames a little dark opening. This exceptional dance of particles has even grabbed the eye of a few regarded researchers, especially the late Stephen Pedling. In his book, he cautioned of a situation in which the Higgs boson could turn into unsteady at exceptionally high energy levels. This shakiness could prompt a devastating occasion known as vacuum rot. An occasion that wouldn't simply obliterate Earth, however, might actually annihilate the whole universe. The famous English cosmologist and astrophysicist Sir Martin Reed additionally communicated worries about the analyses directed at CERN in his book on the future opportunities for humanity. He investigated the potential risks of molecule smasher tests, counting those at CERN. His words weren't simply mindful, they were filled With a feeling of existential fear, he inspected a most dire outcome imaginable in which a bombed investigation could set off a stage progress that would wave through the texture of space-time, bringing about a fiasco that would overwhelm the whole universe. Ree's concerns were not restricted to hypothetical thoughts. He relegated a low likelihood to these horrendous results. All things considered, he contended that even a little opportunity warrants serious consideration. A lot is on the line. What's more, the edge for blunder is razor slender. The researchers at CERN have run reenactments, investigated speculations, and taken each insurance to guarantee the security of the LHC. Truth be told, Brian Cox himself underscored the significance of these measures, recognizing the inescapable concerns and questions encompassing the LHC's exercises. He consoled general society that there are thorough security conventions, set up exhaustive surveys and systems to guarantee the LHC's tasks are executed with the most significant level of tender loving care. Cox consoled the public that the energies included are, well, inside what the Earth normally encounters, and that the possibilities of making a steady dark opening are cosmically low regardless of whether one were made. Researchers say it would be so minuscule and unstable that it would exhaust quickly in a blast of energy, a peculiarity anticipated by Stephen Selling, known as Selling radiation. It would be a transitory snapshot of grandiose marvels, simply a brief look into the deep darkness, and afterward gone. Some have taken the thought even further, conjecturing that the LHC's investigations could open a door to one more universe or aspect. While this thought is to a great extent excused by standard researchers, it has charmed the creative mind of numerous and turned into a subject of interest. Dread or even dream what lies past our universe. Could we inadvertently release powers or elements that we don't comprehend? The possibility of making a way for damnation has even been sensationalized in different media, fanning the flares of vulnerability. Yet how did this thought occur, and what makes it happen? Mean regarding logical investigation, the possibility of additional aspects isn't new. In material science, string hypothesis, a main competitor for a bound together hypothesis of everything, proposes that there might be more than the typical three-dimensional